Sasa, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to make a chiffon asymmetrical skirt. So this is what you're seeing right now. You can choose different colors if you like, as well as different lengths. It has fully elastic on the waist, so super comfortable. Okay, so here's my chiffon piece, and it has a bit of like this square kind of pattern to it. So this fabric is a 45-inch fabric, so I cut the square 45 by 45 inch. If you're working with a 60-inch fabric, then the square should be 60-inch by 60-inch. So now we have this massive square. I'm going to take my serger with the rolled hem and finish off all the outer edges. So you pretty much sew in a big box. So this is my second layer. The black one is going to be on top of this off-white color. And so this is a solid polyester. And this fabric, the roll was a 60-inch width, but I wanted it to be a little bit smaller, so I cut it 52 inches by 52 inches. Because if it's significantly longer than the black, it has a different, the balance won't be so nice. So this is my square, and I'm going to use the same rolled hem on the edges to finish it off. So this is the waistband, and this is 4.5 inches by 47 inches long. And these two ends here, I use my serger, and I just finished off the edges. Okay, so we're going to do the back seam of the waistband. So what I did is these two pins are the seam allowance, and then I folded it in half. So I fold this in half. This top pin is the middle, and then because this is the seam allowance, I'm making a small opening right here, and this is where we're going to use to thread the elastic. So I'm going to stitch here and leave this part open and stitch again on the other side. There's an opening. Where is it? Right here. So where this opening is, I'm just going to sew across the two tops right there. So iron this seam flat, and then we can fold the waistband in half and then press this. You take your large squares and you fold them in half, then you fold them in half one more time, and we're going to find the center point and just stick some pins here so we know where it is. Okay, so then we open this up. So I already have pins on the bottom layer right here, so that's the center. We're going to take the other piece and match the two centers on top. Okay, so we have one square, and there's a center, and then the other square we're going to draw it the other way. And there's the center. You see how these points are all different here? So that way when you pull the skirt up like this, it will all be asymmetrical, but it's still like even asymmetrical. And this is just with 2 layers. You can also do it with 3 layers with a different color or even the same color, and you can make like the square you can make the square smaller, and so then you can have different levels. So once you line up your 2 squares on top of each other with the pins in the center, we have to cut out a circle in the center. Okay, so our waistband is about 47, 48 inches, so we want the circle circumference to be a little bit bigger than that. So I went for 50 inches, so doing with the math, you get the radius to be 8 inches. So that means from the center point, you're going to measure out 8 inches, and you do that all the way around to cut your big circle. So I've pinned this circle at 8.5 inches, and then I'm going to use my scissors to cut at 8 inches. Okay, so we're going to base with a long stitch the 2 circles, the center circle together. Okay, so now we have the waistband, and the center back is where the seam is for the waistband. And we're just going to gather this in so that it fits the waistband. So after this fits, I'm going to take this to my serger and serge all the way around. So after serging the waistband to the top, I'm just going to sew a 1 centimeter seam next to it. So we're going to fold this up and top stitch it. Okay, so we're at the center back, and see this little hole? That's where we're going to put the elastic through. And I'm going to have 2 rows of elastic, so that means we need to create a center line here. So this is the seam, and we want to be a little bit back so that there's space to maneuver. So right about here, and you want to be in the center of this stitching and this edge. So as you're coming back around to the back center seam, make sure you leave the gap again. So now we're ready to thread the elastic. So you cut 2 pieces. Mine are 24 inches long. It can be bigger or smaller depending on your size. So you normally just feel it around your waist and then you just cut it off. So now we can thread these through. So after your elastics come out the end, we'll just sew them together. I'm wearing this skirt with a little petticoat underneath that makes it a little bit of a poof. So here's what the skirt looks like without a petticoat. So that's the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.